Welcome to CLA 215, Section 11, the mass media and their functions. Introduction. Our focus in this study session is to explain the meaning of the term mass media. We shall also discuss the various functions that the mass media perform in society. We shall complement our discussion with relevant examples from the Nigerian context. Learning outcome. When you have studied this session, you should be able to 1. Explain the term mass media. 2. Identify and discuss the roles that the mass media play in Nigeria as social entity. Definition of mass media. The mass media refers to those communication media through which the large, heterogeneous scattered audience can be reached in communication messages. Radio, television, the internet, magazines, newspapers, books, and the internet are the media of mass communication. Sambe, 2005. Therefore, they are referred to as the mass media. Functions of mass media. The mass media perform a number of functions. Several communication scholars and authors, e.g., Baran 2002, Daramola 2005, Sambe 2005, Dominic 2011, have suggested and discussed the roles of the mass media. Apart from the cardinal roles of education, information, and entertainment, the mass media still perform other crucial functions. These functions include the following. The surveillance functions. The surveillance function of the mass media has to do with the watching the environment and informing the people of events or issues that have impact or effect on society. The mass media serve as the societal watchdogs. They scout around to dictate and alert the society to what is referred to as SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, as they affect the audience. There are 2 types of surveillance functions. They are 1. Warning surveillance. This happens when the mass media gather information and inform the public about threats or dangers in the society. These threats may include impending disasters, economic depression, environmental pollution or hazards, growing unemployment, current trends of crime perpetration, e.g., ATM scam, internet-based fraud, impending industrial action or disharmony, e.g., ASU, SANU, NASU strike, doctor strike, General Labor Union strike. The media warns the people of this threat so that proper precautions or proactive measures are taken. The reports about outbreak of swine flu in some part of the world and outbreak of Lassa fever in Nigeria sometimes ago are good examples. 2. Instrumental surveillance. This has to do with transmission of information about events or issues that are helpful to the people. News about new cures for malaria, cancer, HIV/AIDS, employment opportunities, admission, selling of shares on the stock market, current market prices, and new products or services are instances of instrumental surveillance. The media serve as the eyes and the ears of the public. They help us watch our environment and alert us to dangers and opportunities. The correlation function. The audience of mass communication are large, scattered, anonymous, and heterogeneous. The information sources do not know their audience, while the audience too may not know one another. But mass media, through their linkage capability, bring the people together. They serve as watchdog or checks and bring to the people news about issues that collectively affect them. This function shares some resemblance with surveillance function, but the major thrust here is linkage. Through their correlation function, the mass media explain, interpret, and comment on public issues They provide support for established authorities. They coordinate separate segments and activities. They set orders for priority and help citizens reach consensus on public matters. They help the people to be aware of government activities and help the government to be conscious of citizens' needs. In essence, they help to coordinate, unite various segments of society, and ensure mutually beneficial relationship amongst the citizens. This function is developmental. The entertainment function. During leisure time, the mass media provide good source of gratification and enjoyment for the audience. The mass media, as they inform, also entertain the audience. Cartoons and drama sketches on newspapers, music, video, drama series, stories, and sport commentaries on radio and TV provide relaxation and reduce social tension among audience. Through their entertainment function, the mass media may appear euphemistic by commenting on serious or controversial public issues in a funny or relaxed manner. This is possible through cartoons and comic satires. Cultural transmission function. This is socialization function of the mass media. The media mirror the society. They standardize and help to enforce its behavioral norms. The individuals learn how to behave and conform to the social standards by watching or consuming the ideas in mass media contents. Through the mass media, society increases its social cohesion. The mass media present a more or less standardized common view of the diverse cultural values. Samovar and Porter, 1995, and provide a collective experience for members of a society. This is intercultural communication. The coverage of national festivals, cultural displays, traditional sports, parades, state funerals, National Day celebration, etc. are ways mass media perform cultural transmission role. Status conferral function. The mass media confer status or recognition on people, organizations, and public issues. Through their gatekeeping function, the mass media determine who is to be heard, seen, or read, and what issues the audience would regard as the most significant. From millions of people and events, the media choose the few ones which become significant. These people whose actions or utterances are reported by the media instantly get status of prominence. According to Lazarfeld and Martin, 1971, mass media audience obviously subscribe to a modern belief that if you really matter, you will be a focus of mass attention, that is mass media. And if you are a focus of mass attention, that is mass media, then you must surely matter. However, depending on the nature of events, deeds or utterance of individuals, the mass media can confer either a negative or positive status on the event or the individuals. The narcotizing dysfunctional role of mass media. As much as the mass media perform positive functions, they also have some negative roles and effects. Lazarfeld and Martin 1971 created the term narcotizing dysfunctional. They used the term to describe the situation whereby the mass media provide such massive amounts of information that the audience become numb, highly sensitive and passive, and generally fail to act on information regardless of how compelling the issue. Sambe 2005. This implies that the mass media have made audience lose their critical ability and natural capability to assess and make personal opinion or take rational action. The media now act and think for the audience because the audience become extremely addicted to and overwhelmed by the media. The dysfunctional role of the media usually reflects in so many negative effects they have on the audience. They influence audience in their thoughts and actions. Some of these negative effects include the dominance and proliferation of violence, especially by TV stations and video film industry, multiplication of pornographic film, blue movies, public discussions of sex or sex acts that encourage and sometimes arouse negative sexual behavior among adults and youth, adoption of foreign values and mannerism that have negative impact on our culture, incitement of political violence or social disorder, promotion of bad individuals as models for the young ones, etc. Study session summary. In this study session, we have been able to discuss the meaning of mass media. Radio, television, newspapers, magazines, books, and the internet are media of mass communication. Therefore, we describe them as the mass media. The mass media, apart from their traditional functions of education, information, and entertainment, also perform other crucial functions such as surveillance, status conferral, cultural transformation, and correlation functions. In spite of these positive functions, the mass media also have some negative impact on their audience by providing such massive amount of information that the audience become numb, highly insensitive and passive, and generally fail to act on information, regardless of how compelling the issue. This term is what Lazarfeld and Martin 1971 described as narcotizing dysfunctional. End of study session 11. Thanks for listening.